Planet Proxima, September 2371. Talaman Industries mining station Hive is the victim of a solar storm. A geologist with a name that I'm not going to try and pronounce because I will horribly offend somebody is going to do something in the secondary mine, presumably. Kitty aunt. It must be a very, very fine balance between giving so much story that you overwhelm the player and so little story that you confuse everybody. But never mind. This is me, apparently. Marvellous. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Project Hive. Follow my instructions and I will help you. Destroy the wall with your tool. Which one? Oh, that one. Oh, that makes more sense. Right. Collect the oxalith crystal. You can use it to power the drill. Okay, is that what the little blue... Oh, okay, so I think I've got like a little blue circle and I'm building up little sections of it each time I pick up one of these. Okay, then, that's fair enough. Can I... Alright, I didn't realise I was that fat, but never mind. Let's just move swiftly on with life. Okay, so space is jump. Jump over here. Yes, you could have told me that before I needed to jump, not afterwards. Never mind. Can I... No, I can't hold it down to hover. I can't press it again to get a sort of double jump, so it seems relatively straightforward. If you care about life, avoid falling in holes. Is there a hole right in front of me? Yes, there is. I am so going to jump in there. Okay, good. Glad we achieved that. Glad we made sure she wasn't telling fibs. Okay, right, let's shoot this open and see what we've got in here. Anything interesting? Bit of information, perhaps. It is written that the original module of our station was a rock soldered in the year 2278 by a man who couldn't read, whose name was Phil. Proxima, who you welcomed our founders, Rosa, Zorilla, Tahir, Ivano, Kitty, I probably mispronounced all of those. And since then, their names resounded in our songs. If only Phil had heard them, he might know how to say their names. Comrades of the Hive, you are proud descendants of those travellers from Earth. You are the children, you are the harvesters of the antidote. The Earth was a worn-out world, a world made sick by man's greed. Only deep space exploration promised an antidote to industrial evil. And it was here that Thallium Industries found the cure. Proxima, planet of promises. You are the source of our hope, the foundation of our new era. What is self-sacrifice for the survival of all? Sing the bravery of the first travellers. Long live the memory of the founders. Long live the blah 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 blah. Right. Whatever. Propaganda, indoctrination, all that kind of rubbish. Let's not fall through the floor. And let's jump over this bit. Okay, so I think I will activate platforms for you. Indicate which one. That one, please. Kitty, yeah. It's not that difficult, mate. Neither is that difficult, Phil. What? I can only activate 2 at a time. Oh, okay. So when I activate my third one, that one's going to shut, isn't it? Yes, indeed. Okay, so it's a little bit like the panels you had to open to solve the Riddler's tracks in Arkham Knight. Okay, that's perfectly straightforward. We've got another sneaky thing here. Ah, excellent. 1 of 6 nuclear power cells collected. It's also that clearly said 1 of 7, but never mind. Unlock the door with a switch and don't fall off into the dirt. But, you know, whatever floats your boat. Kitty aunt. Okay, right. Okay, well, at least these haven't gone anyway, so... Yeah, the controls seem to be a little tiny bit janky, but that is very natural in third-person games. Okay, let's blast this open and get another one of these. And severely regret that we came in here. Ew. Okay, right, so it seems like these fall. Yeah, they just collapse after a little while. The classic of a platformer, which I didn't think this was. I thought this was more of a combat game than a platformer, but... Oh. Hi, friend. Should I shoot you? Perhaps not. Okay, so I do actually have a gun, even though I didn't realise it at the time. I do actually have some form of a weapon and some sort of ammo counter on my back, like in Dead Space of all things. Okay, right, I want to go over and get that. There we are, and I actually succeeded in what I set my mind to achieving. What a shock. The level of energy in the drill is critically low. Is it? It looks very full to me, but never mind. Deposit the oxalite in the terminal to feed the drill. Oh, so I'm not directly powering it. I'm just storing it to then use as a fuel later. Good. Brilliant. We've gone through the secondary mine and now we're into the primary mine. Okay, I'm going to guess that was some sort of a tutorial. So it seems like we've got a... shoot the target to open the door. I don't think that's how you open doors, but never mind. I am wondering if perhaps they're planning on a sort of Portal 2 thing, by any chance. I am Ivy, the Hive's artificial intelligence. I need you to give me some energy with the stuff that you've been collecting. Alright then, so do I need to collect more of that, or can I give you some of the stuff I've already got? There's another one of these. Are these... Really? There were 7 just on that first level? Okay, that's an awful lot. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to do a sort of Portal 2 thing, given that it seems to have bits of platforming and some sort of AI that's sort of guiding me around. Although optimised and safe, Hive facilities have not always been the temperate and peaceful homes of your experience. It has taken many sacrifices over generations to adjust our lives to this climate. Proxima, our forest planet, is fixed in an eternal dance with its star. You mean it's going round in a circle? Like all celestial bodies that are caught in the gravitational field of another one is. Okay, you're really overselling this, mate, but never mind. The synchronous rotation plunges the hemisphere of our world into a constant light. Outside, no night, only an endless day, where extraordinary creatures lurk on a purple horizon swept by the winds of radiation. I really feel like I'm reading a tourist's guide, but never mind. The sun belongs to Proxima as the water belongs to the earth, the constant radiation and the heat, yada yada yada. We have been able to divert these threads by transforming them into create the solar generator which provides the power for the station. The sun is the engine of Hive. It powers our machines to extract the oxalith, and humanity on Earth is the beneficiary, and this is the cycle of survival for our species. It is said that far away in the original Hive corridors one can hear the generator's beating heart. Let's pay tribute to the engineers. Okay, bit weird. So Earth still exists then? Earth hasn't been completely destroyed? Earth still exists, well, I was going to say somewhere. Probably the same place it's always been. And I'm going the wrong direction already. And so we're what, some sort of mining station? And we're here to hi. We are here to like collect energy and send it back there so it can be used, perhaps. I don't know. Okay, have I oh, probably that bit. Does that open this door? But it's gone green. Hooray! Excellent. I downloaded this game a long time ago, and well, I say a long time ago, like a few months ago, and I never got around to playing it for one reason or another. And there was some oxalith up here a moment ago. I saw it with my own eyes, and now it's gone. It would seem I am hallucinating again. But I do seem to remember some reviews talking about it being horribly broken. Like, almost in a funny way, but also in a frustrating way, it seemed to be. There seemed to be sort of differing opinions on what it was like. Who dropped those on me? And can I shoot them in the face? Or anywhere else for that matter. I'm not going to be particularly picky about where I blast these people. Okay, right. Let's blast that wall down, since we're in the business of blasting things, and see if I've missed anything. Doesn't look like it. I still haven't shot anything. What? Your tool has 2 shooting modes. Me and my big mouth, eh? The automatic firing is faster but does less damage. Please decontaminate the area. So how do I do automatic? Oh, with E? I see, so I can do the automatic or I can do the semi-automatic. Right, well I'm much happier with the semi-automatic, thank you very much. How do I push them away? Do I have some sort of a bash or something that I can use for that? Well, the area seems to be decontaminated, so, what? Pick up this vitality syringe. Oh, gosh. There are many things in the world currently being used for various different purposes that could be described in such a manner, and none of them really belong in your body. But never mind. Okay, so I now have a vitality syringe. Presumably, because that was red, that will refill my red bar. What is in there? Oh, goody, a space chariot. I've been needing one of those. I'll have that, thank you very much. I don't know what these are, whether these achieve anything, or whether they are purely a collectible. Stand behind the cart to push it. Oh, wait, no, it's a space shopping trolley. What? What? I'm pressing F, and that's sort of giving it a sort of an air blast, which then allows me to use as a stepping stone. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So I can use the switch to bring this over here, get punched in the face, and then fall off a platform. Get in the cart and push in the reverse direction. Oh, the old classic fart propulsion. Marvellous. Not what I was expecting, but absolutely marvellous. All the same. Kitty heart. There's definitely something up there, but I'm not going to be able to reach it with just this jump, am I? No. No way on earth, because there's nothing I'm going to be able to catch my footing on in order to give me another... jump up. Okay, right. Let's fart our way over this ravine. Yep, there we are. Not a statement I thought I was going to make today, but here we are all the same. Let's not fall down there. I'm hearing noises like bad guys, but I'm also not seeing any. I'm just falling through the floor numerous times over. Right. Oh, hello. Now, do you guys have any kind of projectiles, and as such, should I be concerned about you, or are you really nothing to worry about? I don't know, but I'm going to shoot you all the same. Because one can never have too many dead monsters. Okay, how do I bring this one back? Oh, with this one. Excellent. Okay. Bring myself across here. To be honest, I didn't even really bother about the bad guys. They're hardly of any concern to me. Yeah, and they all seem to try and get as close to me as physically possible, which is very sweet of them. But at the same time, I get the distinct impression that they hardly want to hug me. They more just want to bite my face off. So, yeah, I'm not going to kill the ones that don't need to be killed, because I don't want to waste too much ammunition. Although it seems like my ammunition regenerates over time, so maybe it's just a sort of some sort of a self-recharging thing. It just has a limited amount that it can fire every bit of time. Yes, specifics with Phil. Right, anything in here? A little bit of that, and oh, friend, thank you. Thank you for a lovely, lovely thumbnail. That is absolutely beautiful. Right, let's have another one of these nuclear rods. And we'll see what we've got in the next room, I suppose. What? Strongest syringes or a larger ammunition load? Okay, I didn't get to read the first bit that you said, though. Okay, so can I use these syringes on like a terminal and use them to upgrade my equipment or something, perhaps? This is red, and I'm not seeing any way of getting it open, so I suppose we'll just trot on. It said, I suppose we'll trot on, not to be able to get stuck on something. I'm going to have to be very quick about this, because I can't reach the button prompt from here. Move. Stop farting into the wall and move. Hi, little friend. Okay, he died in one shot rather than in two, which was interesting. I did try and sort of aim at his mouth that time, so possibly that's a bit of a weak spot, or it was just entirely random. I have absolutely no idea. He's not there as well, which makes me think that possibly the enemies don't respawn. I don't jump either, despite the fact that I pressed the jump button twice. Right, let's try that one again, shall we? And this time, when a massive ravine opens in the ground in order to swallow you whole, please jump and avoid it. And that time you did take bullets, 2 bullets. Okay, so you're not a weaker one. seem to have just been a fluke. Unlike the unspringiness of my legs, which is much less than a fluke. Giddy aunt. Right, let's try this again. Giddy aunt. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. I played a game before this that was described as being an incredibly frustrating game that was made purely for the sake of being difficult. And it wasn't this irritating. Right, just go away. Interestingly, they seem to have little sort of blue crystals on them, on their back, which possibly tells me that either they're just creatures that live in the rock and they have that sort of material just sort of sitting on them, this exolith stuff. Yes, if you look, they've got little blue crystals on them. Oh, hello, I didn't see you down there. Sorry, mate. The dangers of being short. Oh, cool. Yeah, they have this sort of oxalith stuff in their head, so I'm wondering if maybe either they just live in the ground and they just have little bits of this trailing on them due to their environment, or whether... Oh, that's where this comes from. Oh, that's cool. So can I not make my way back this way, or is that just a shortcut if I want to go that way? But obviously I don't, because I died about 5 times trying to get through there the first time. However, if I was looking for some sort of a twist to this game, it might be that those creatures live off of this exolith stuff and need it, and that's why they've got little bits of it on their body. And that by us mining it out, we're stealing their food supplies, perhaps. Okay, but I'm going to need this to recharge. I like how it says aim for the head, given that they don't have a head. They just shell and legs. But that might explain why that one died in one shot before and didn't the next time. Also, these things seem a sort of a similar shape. They've got a sort of a bulbous body with legs coming off them, but they are also different. They seem more like tentacles than legs. So potential, you're doing well for a geologist. Yes, I am, aren't I? Despite, you wouldn't really imagine I'd have any firearms training, but here we are. Oh, save file. Save files, abilities refilled. Oh, I think that's like my red and yellow bars. Okay, right. Oh, these are 1 and 2, aren't they? I thought I meant 1 like I've got 1, not press 1. I integrated a shield into your bag. Oh, thanks, mate. That's very kind of you. Oh, they do. Oh, they have a mouth. I'm not convinced they have a head, but they do have some sort of a mouth. Maybe that's what I shot, and that's why he died the first time. Okay, right. So I think I can now press 1 or 2 to give myself a recharge of either my red or my yellow bars. Okay. That's cool. This is less cool. This is much less cool, because I can't just shoot, I have to aim, which slows me down. Never mind, we'll get through it. These enemies don't seem that bad. Right, let me refill this. Oh no, that's the shield. Oh, I mean, it would make sense that I have a shield, since they just told me that they'd given me that. Ah. Okay, cool. Do I turn that off, or does that just last until I get hit a certain number of times? There's no way to find out, I suppose. No, it just seems to last. Okay, right. I don't claim to understand these mechanics. In fact, I don't claim to understand anything. I'm a bit of a cretin, as you've probably noticed by this point. But, here we are all the same. Let's just jump straight off that and straight into the ravine. But gladly, this is one of those games that keeps your collectibles even after you die, which makes things a bit easier. Right, let me just get rid of you, because you're going to be a pain in my butt if I don't. Unlike the pain in the neck, which is me. Okay, right, let's just jump on this, please. Thank you. Move myself over here. Erect that, and come over here. Gosh, don't take that line out of context. Okay, right. Yeah, this shield does just seem to last. I'm guessing it is until I've been hit a certain number of times, but when I let that other creature hit me, he didn't really seem to do any damage. Oh well, I'm not complaining. What? Oh, right, hang on a second. Why is the semi-automatic sped up? Or has it not, and I'm just hallucinating? Okay, grand, I'm hallucinating again. Right, let's read some other stuff. Who would have thought that the tiny dust brought back from the Rover 11 more than 100 years ago would become the engine of the 23rd century economy, the gold from space? The space conquest of that period was driven by a desperate search for new, pure, clean energy. Then why not cover the moon in solar panels? Then again, I'm not an engineerologist. Okay. Industrial competition was fierce when the power of this sample called exolith was discovered. At that time, no Earth energy source, neither hydroelectric, fossil, nor nuclear, could power our filter reactors without creating deadly waste or further degrading the dying ecosystem. The rest is historical. First, the inability to find a source of exolith, the doubt of public opinion, the collapse of the markets, the accelerated degradation of the atmosphere, and above all, the determination of us at the price of great sacrifices, and finally discovery of a deposit on Proxima. Without that discovery, nobody would have survived. Tomorrow we receive the first cargo ship to bring back enough ore to power all of the filter reactors of our customers in the Union continents. The rest of our program involves the delivery of modular blocks for the advancement of our mining station named Hive by the settlers. In addition, cutting-edge technological assistance will be delivered in this same contingent, codenamed Ivy. Okay, so that contingent has clearly gotten here because we've got ourselves Ivy. So it does seem like my theory was roughly correct. Earth does still exist, and we are a mining station to collect this material, which we need to which we need in order to make the world work. Right. Okay, enough theorising, because I'm clearly not very good at it, and let's get back to shooting things and falling off things. I'm very good at one of those things, I'm very bad at the other. Right, what have we got in here? A little bit more exolith stuff, which I've already forgotten what I charged that up with. Again, I'm surprised how many there are in each of these individual levels. I wouldn't have thought they were really big enough to fit that many in them, but I guess there's lots of little sneaky, secrety areas and that kind of thing, which is nice. It's always nice to have that sort of element of replayability. How the hell am I going to get across here? Out of interest, if I jump and then press F, what happens? Nothing. Okay, I was wondering that I could use that as like a little booster. Am I supposed to jump down there? Because there's no way I'm going to make it across this gap. I'm going to try anyway, but there's no way it's going to happen. No. Okay, so that answers two questions. A, I'm not getting across that gap. And B, I'm dead. Okay, there wasn't another way I could go through here. Was there like another door or something? Oh, yes. Clearly one right here, if I only use my brain instead of my butt to move myself through these games. Right, reach the central hall, collect the oxalith on the way. Okay. Okay, this seems like a bit more of a bad guy. Now, was he red because he was a different class of enemy, or was he red because he walked into a laser and blew himself up like some sort of a dingleberry? I'm not going to put down any hypotheses. They are just red, aren't they? Why are they just blowing themselves up? Are they like landmines? The biological equivalent of a landmine, you get, well, within like 10 meters of them and they blow up. That's a little bizarre. Find the access card matching the colour of the light on this door. Okay, so I need a blue key card, basically, is what you're trying to tell me, to get through the blue door. Okay, that's fine. That's a system we've been using for years. I can cope with this. What have we got here? What? I don't know, but I don't think I'm allowed to have it because it's got a little no symbol on it. Okay, right, that's fine. Maybe that's for later. Maybe for a red door. I'll need to come back and get that. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a door here. Okay, this is presumably the entrance to the bank vault, one presumes. Okay. Well, I don't know what just fell on my head, but everything else is fine. Oh, this seems to be a sort of server room. How do these lasers come up? These lasers just come up with big gaps in the middle, that's alright. I'm detecting the access card at this security post. Okay, that makes more sense. You could have just said that you'd seen it, but never mind. Have another one of these. Okay, let's just make our way through here. So yeah, this well, I mean, this game clearly has some combat elements in it, but it's also clearly not based entirely on combat. So there's lots of exploration and bit of platforming, that kind of thing, which is nice. I like it when games have multiple core gameplay mechanics and not just relying entirely on one, because it keeps things a bit sort of fresh and interesting. And we have a space cup, or a hologram cup. This is not an exercise. Calling all classes in all sectors. We have been struck by a solar storm and Hive is on maximum alert. Please refer to your direct supervisor to designate your command post. If your direct supervisor is out of reach, you are in control of your sector. Refer to the emergency protocol for which you have been trained. Emergency cargo ships are in transportation sector. I repeat, this is not an exercise, and any disobedience from this order will be punished by charges of the highest court on Earth. Surely if you disobey, you're going to die in the storm, which is probably going to be worse than whatever the highest court on Earth could do, because from what I hear, a high judge doesn't exactly do an awful lot. He's a little bit too busy being spaced out. Oh, that was like a skill tree. I could have got more health or more ammo. I just didn't realise what it was doing. I would have preferred more ammo, given that I've only been hit once, and that was entirely on purpose. Honest. Okay, right. So maybe this game is a bit longer than I thought it was going to be, actually. I didn't really know how long this was going to be, but yeah, it might be a bit longer than I was initially anticipating if it's going to have like a whole skill tree of upgrades to do, but I'm not complaining. Entertainment or sector central hall. Well, I suppose I should go this way, because this is the way I was sort of instructed to go, shouldn't I? So what makes these things blow up? Is it just because they get shot? Oh, okay. So what I think it is that these ones explode upon death. So if you're being surrounded by them, they're trying to bite you, and you kill a few of them, you have to run away before they are before they blow up, because then they will cut your little feet off, and we wouldn't want that. I couldn't do much geologizing if I didn't have any feet. Okay, right. Let's just jump over that for the sake of keeping the floor in decent condition, and let's head over here to the central hall and try not to walk into this laser in the meantime. Marvellous. What's this? What? That's French. I recognise that word as being French. So possibly this is a French game. Make a nice change from all of the American and Russian games we usually play. Right. Kindly die, you small, crabby-faced fiend. Oh, this is quite nice. Damage section, join the evacuation shuttles. The generator is behind this locked door. Okay, so is this the central hall thing you were telling me to go to? Go to the main generator of Hive. The access card should be this way. Oh, alright then. I'm so glad we don't need to do anything and make any decisions in our lives anymore. We can just rely on computers to do it all for us. Lovely. To be honest, that would make my life an awful lot easier. If there's one thing I don't like, it's making decisions. Oh, okay. I thought we were going for like a vanish theme for a moment. Damage section, you're on the right path. Well done. Yes, I'm good at following instructions, aren't I? So what have we got here? They seem to... Is that one just going up and down, and this one's going across? Seems to be, yeah. So I need to get past that one and then jump over this one. Alright then, fair enough. Again, don't want to lose my little feet. I suppose you could also... Yes. You can use those exploding ones to your advantage, because two of the other ones died there because they were too close to the explosion when it went off, unlike me not being close enough to the edge of this platform in order for me to reach it. Did that laser nearly cut my head off? Yes, it very nearly cut my head off, and miraculously I didn't die to it. Excellent. Luck, the safeguard of the idiot. Also known as the safeguard of Phil. Right, I hear that. I hear a bad guy somewhere, but I don't see one. Right, let's blast through here. Maybe he's through here. Anyone in here with like a bullet to the face, perhaps? If I can find your face. I like the Maya looks. They do have faces, they're just incredibly difficult to find. Okie dokie, right. Got some more bad guys down there. Might as well just shoot them. Be free of them. Except now I can't, because I can't lean down that far. I must have a very bad back if I If I can't even get down that far. Oh, well, never mind. Doesn't matter now. Yep, so with those ones, I really need to make up a bit of distance. There's something to be said for looking where you're going in life, rather than just catapulting yourself into the abyss. Right, okay, yeah, I just fell straight down that big hole, didn't I? Right, I'm going to go up here, because I should still be able to shoot them without... Whoa, 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 whoa! Just leave me alone. Now, did he glitch up there, or did he jump up there? Neither of those situations are good, because one of them implies that the enemies are vaguely capable, and the other one implies that the enemies are glitching, which means they're going to be difficult to predict. Please tell me they're not still alive. No, they're not. They're all gone. Absolutely spiffing. Oh dear. Right. There we go. There we go. Let's just take a moment and chill. Everything's going to be fine. This is not difficult. It is just requires you to use a bit of brain power. Okay, what's this? Oh, okay, this is right back to where we entered this area. Okay, then. Do not, no, thank you so much. Right, I thought I'd gotten stuck then. Okay, let's do a little bit more reading. Already 30 years spent on Proxima, how many more do I have left? Will I ever see my blue planet again? Will I ever remember the sound of the wind swaying in the trees? Every night I go up to the observation area and stay a few hours staring at the desolate landscape of Proxima. It's purple rock as far as the eye can see. It's endless days with no end nor clouds. These tentaclous puzzles? These tentacluses, I have no idea what that word is, puzzle me to the utmost. When stuck to the walls of the station, they stick their tentacles out in the solar wind. Are they trying to communicate, or are they feeding on the exolith particles that are sweeping the planet? What a strange place. Not quite the paradise they sold us, but my life here, my life and my family, how could I wipe it all out and start over again? I just want one more day on Earth. Interesting. So it seems like the people here weren't very happy about their setup in life. Excellent bit of camera work. Okie dokie. I will absolutely admit, despite the fact that I'm not a game developer or have any understanding of how games are developed, so can you guys climb and jump or not? No, I don't think you can, so I think the other one did just glitch. Okay, that's fine. What the hell? Oh, you got on the other side, somehow. Oh, excellent, you saw which way the wind was blowing and switched sides. Good for you. Marvellous. What? What? What did that say? Aim and show me to the enemy. We make a great team. What are you babbling on about? What's this? I have no idea. Maybe that refills my shield. I'm still paying no attention to all the little different abilities I've got. The game isn't difficult enough for me to need secret abilities. Right, idiot. What's this? I'm not going to stand on it before I press it, just in case it disappears under my feet. Oh, so I can build little walls in order to give myself a bit of cover. Okay, that's cool and useful, a fun little mechanic. Again, the game isn't really difficult enough to merit the use of that, but I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to keep shooting things. So we've got enough to fill up pretty much everything in here, but again, I don't need it. Okay, maybe I should try some of the other things. Wait till we see a few more enemies, and I'll try pressing a different button and see what happens. What does this do? Okay, that seemed to stun him for a moment. I pressed 3 that time. That seemed to momentarily stun the enemy. Mouse sensitivity is really low in this game, which is bizarre, because I always start games by putting up the mouse sensitivity. Ah, that's cool. I like that. That's a nice little combination of the mechanics of, like, you know, the platforming to get around the lasers, but also using the little barriers for cover, but using them for cover from the lasers instead of cover from the bad guys. Cool. A very nice little combination of mechanics. And I'm going to be a combination of dust and death in a moment if I don't get away from this thing. Stop lucky I can't speak. Stop sidestepping my bullets. And kindly take some lead and place it in the middle of your nose. Okay, right, giddy aunt. I don't think these things are going to be relevant to that solar storm they were talking about, assuming that, there we are. I was wondering how I suppose there's all this one. I don't think those little creatures are going to be relevant to that solar storm. I think what's more likely is that I'll press the wrong button and die an embarrassing death. Oh gosh, die! Don't come back next time I die. Right, that one, please. There we go. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I don't think those little creatures are going to be relevant to the solar storm. Perhaps the solar storm just damaged the place enough. Yes, I will have one, please. Excellent. So do I need like tokens to use these, or is it just I can have one to a customer, as it were? Perhaps. I don't know. But perhaps the solar storm damaged the facility enough that these creatures could get in, and they're a sort of a naturally occurring creature that live on the planet. Which again would make sense with the whole oxalith sticking out of their backs. Yeah. Well, this is marvellous. I think so far I've had a higher accuracy rating than I ever have in a game before. Mostly because the enemies move very, very slowly. Okay, right, so I'm going to need to jump to reach that. I think I should jump over it rather than jump under it. Don't know why I decided that, but I did. Okay, let's just shoot you two, which is going to be nice and easy because you can't jump. But you can glitch. Okay, the door is out of order. Find another way. Through the airport turnstiles, it would seem. I don't quite see what the point of raising these would be in terms of combat use. Because if the enemies had a projectile, that would be a very useful thing to do. Because if you had a couple of enemies you needed to deal with, you could raise one of those bars in order to give you break line of sight with one of those enemies, meaning they wouldn't be able to shoot at you and you could deal with the other bad guy. But with these enemies that don't have any kind of projectile, or at least not yet, it doesn't really seem necessary. Okay, where am I going? I've got research, I've got medicine, I've got greenhouses, I've got geological laboratory. Are any of these open at all? Any of them green? They all seem to be red. So where am I supposed to go? Ah, through here perhaps. Through none of these places, and through somewhere else entirely. No, this was just a collectible, this has nothing to do with anything. Okay, maybe I should go back. Perhaps she was telling me where I ought to go and I wasn't listening to her. Dearie me. Well, any clues? No, none at all. Marvellous. Right, give us a minute, I shall figure this out. Oh. One of the doors was open to the greenhouses, I just didn't realise it had a button on it. It seems like in every single video I somehow manage to impress myself with my own new depths of stupidity. Right, the greenhouse was seriously damaged. That's very sad. Mother's prized tomatoes will be ruined. Right, let's scooch through here. No problem at all. Trying to get my niblets nobbled off by any of these various different machines. Can I still use this? No, I guess because it's not really on a set of tracks, is it? So it's not really going to work like it used to. I can probably use these to work my way around most of the problems in that corridor that were going to be blocking my passage. How many of you things are there? Why do you stay here? I'd just leave. Somebody killed about 50 of my brethren without getting a single shot on him. I might leave. Okay, that shuts that down. Does that give me access to anything extra? Yes, it does. Little collectible. How many are there on this level? Only 10. Okay, so this level might be a tiny bit shorter than the ones that have come before. I've also got no idea how many levels there are. There could be like 50 million, or there could be, well, however many there are that we've done so far, plus one. Be careful. Oh, really? You thought the threat of death wasn't enough to make me be careful? What critical contamination? Eradication required. Oh, so you're saying I'm not allowed to leave until I've murdered all of the little beasts? Or alternatively got them to murder each other, which is a very effective method of doing things. Which would be a lovely way of doing sort of ammunition conservation in a game, if you could make the enemies kill each other by using sort of self-exploding enemies. That could be really useful in a game like The Evil Within, where you have a lot of ammunition conservation tactics to employ. That could be a very nice way of doing things. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to jump over this one because it doesn't go up high enough. Let's go for more ammo, I think. Yes, thank you very much. And another one of these being hidden and stashed away by the naughty secretary. Right. Up and over. Ah, okay, yes, these are the greenhouses. Lovely, very pleasant, very serene. Presumably this is where we get all of our oxygen from. Access required would get the greenhouse. Okay, what colour is it? It is blue. This looks interesting. This reminds me of a little... This reminds me of the time I fell off a platform because I forgot how to jump. This reminds me of a little puzzle in the... in a Lego Star Wars game, as I remember correctly. He says falling off the whole thing and having to go right back to the beginning. I didn't know which way I was going, alright. Okay, right. Is the keycard going to be up here, or is this going to be some more collectibles, or is this going to be the place that I was supposed to go the whole time? Just wait for the steam to pass by. I don't know. I wouldn't have expected an area that's just collectibles to be this long. But here we are all the same. No collectibles in here. Just another bashable wall. And we can drop down in here, which I don't recognise. Got a bit more information though. I don't understand. The HV58C order for the Hive housing area was due to yesterday, but nobody has yet confirmed receipt. There was enough food to feed about 30 families for 3 months, so I went there to find out what could have happened. The answer is that Phil shouldn't have eaten directly before this recording session. The sector food dispatcher didn't know anything, so this morning Bertov called me into his office and asked me to mind my own business. Really? Most people get told to do that instead of being asked, but hey ho, it's good to know that he's polite, if admittedly very irritating. It's amazing how opaque this place is. My husband told me that he has already investigated a shipment of nutrient paste going to the lab without further explanation. This was enough to feed a whole regiment. But what the hell are they doing with it? Feeding King Kong or what? Nothing would surprise me anymore. That reminds me, shall we eat together? So presumably this was like an email sent to somebody, perhaps, or the space age equivalent of an email anyway. Anything else? Anything hiding around the back? Yes, another little collectible. Lovely stuff. Watch out. For what? Push him away and shoot his tentacle. You mean that? Because I don't seem to be having any success with it. Or that. Right, okay. So presumably that's what I use this for when I'm not knocking down walls with it. Let me try that. Nope, that didn't work even a little bit. Brilliant. Okay, so I need to wait. Okay, so now the enemies have projectiles. That's cool. They've also got lasers, which is a new one. Okay, right. Well, I'm glad the enemies are developing and they're adding new enemy varieties. That's certainly going to spice things up a little bit. What? The access card is close. Don't give up. Why would I give up? What would I do? What would I do with my life if I gave up? I can hardly just go home, can I? Or can I? I've got no idea. So that's what these are then. That must be what these things are, because these bear much closer resemblance to those creatures with the projectiles. So are they the same species of the little crab monsters, or are they something different entirely? Because they do seem very, very different to each other. Yep, let's save, again with the fiddly camera mechanics. As difficult as third-person camera mechanics are to do in a game. Yes. They're still not quite on point yet. But that's okay. The game is fun, and at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Which I think is something that perhaps some game critics could do with remembering. Not to imply that I'm a critic or anything. I'm more of a game cretin than a game critic. But, yeah, I think that sometimes when people are talking about games, myself included from time to time, they seem to forget that the purpose of a game is to be fun, just to have an enjoyable experience. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Not telling an incredible story or having really perfect construction or really well put together gameplay mechanics or anything like that. At the end of the day, it's about having a bit of fun. Right, and what is more fun than shooting random strange crab monsters when you're a geologist wearing very strange trousers? And, yeah. Doing it all in the greenhouse, of all the places in the world to do something like this. Okay, I think I'm going to need to go around and come back for that one, rather than just jump over that chasm. But we'll see. Right. I would like to get those exploding ones to die a little closer to the ones with the tentacles. Use cover to avoid projectiles. Oh, that's what this is for. That thing that I said it was for and didn't understand what it was for because we hadn't met anything which had a projectile yet. It's now been figured out. Where did you guys come from? I really wish you could shoot from the hip. That would be kind of nice, given that your movement is quite restricted when you're aiming. But never mind. Right. Let's keep on exploring and figuring out what the hell it is we're supposed to be doing. I suppose I'm going to go back for a bit more ammunition capacity because, again, I'm not taking massive amounts of damage. I think I'm taking a little bit of damage, mainly from these things on occasion. No, okay, so the projectiles do stop when they die. That's convenient. This is less convenient, and it's presumably all of my old comrades. Comrades? Comrades. That's the word I'm trying to find, and failing miserably to find because my face doesn't work. Oh, giddy on. I've been laser sighted in the bum. That's better. We will need more oxalith for the main generator. Okay, so are you telling me I should go over that way first? Probably, because there's nothing over there by the looks of things, but there might be a journal. There might be a gravestone over there as well in a minute. Giddy. Oh no, don't come back to life, you lot. Okay, right. Oh, there was a platform here the entire time and I didn't see. I was too busy being stupid. Right, what have we got here? You thought I was crazy to try, and I can handle it by myself. I finally managed to put a Trojan in the program. I don't know how long it took me. Too much, you would say, but I knew Talon Industries was shady. There are files that talk about calculating and estimating the time it will take to purify the Earth, and according to their forecast, it should have been done for at least 20 years. Obviously, Talon gives us no information on that. The company is playing us all. I'll try to get more info, and from now on, we communicate only by handwritten messages. Ivy shouldn't find out what I'm doing. Interesting. So possibly this oxalith stuff was being used to not just generate power on Earth, but also purify Earth and undo some of the damage that had occurred due to sort of fossil fuels and stuff. And by the estimates done by the company, they figured that that should have happened quite a long time ago. But they didn't tell the employees that. Oh, interesting. They're being projected from both the floor and the ceiling. Cool. But they were keeping the employees here, telling them that Earth hadn't been fixed yet. And, yeah, deceiving them. Hi, friend! You look really cool. I also think that I should kill you as soon as physically possible, because you're probably going to come in here and murder me in a minute. Oh, this is getting very interesting. Very interesting indeed. There's, it's building up very, very gently, but I like it. Very nice indeed. It is being gentle, but what story is building up is very interesting. Okay. The other thing I picked up from that note is that it said that they didn't want Ivy to find out about what they had discovered, which tells me that if Ivy knew that I was aware of this information, she wouldn't be very pleased. So, Possibly Ivy doesn't have my best interests at heart. What was that noise? Nothing of any consequence at all. Okay, right. I'm not complaining. I don't want some massive monstrous beast to appear and punch me in the face. I would not find that very enjoyable. Okay, let's collect up some more of this stuff so Ivy stops banging on about me for not going to the shops and picking up enough oxalith. What do we got in here? No, just the more rooms, nothing too exciting. What? Oh, fun. Fun and freaky. My favourite way to spend my Thursday evening. Right, anything else in here? More information. Cargo ship en route to Earth has just been analysed, loaded and secured. Automated travel aboard cargo ship June. The bow sections containers carry oxalith reserved for filter reactions for the most endangered and vulnerable regions. The deck section contains carry oxalith intended for the Union of Continents and their subcontractors. 3. The stern section contains an oxalith exclusive to Talum Industry facilities. Notes: the containers loaded in the armoured cargo compartment contains Type M oxalith. Its features look very promising. Power rating 1 terajoule per kilogram. Handle with care. Yada yada youpty. Yes. Yeah, so it does seem like they were using this stuff to try and purify the Earth and rebuild its environment, rather than just use it as like a power source or something. Interesting. Interesting. So that would certainly explain why. Oh goodness! So we're gonna have a little battle through the lasers first. Oh come on, just die! And now I've run out of bullets. Brilliant. Now I'm gonna have to do a little dance for a bit. Okay, they do a lot more damage than I was expecting. I really need to stop getting hit by these things. Just die! Thank you. I didn't realise that was so much to ask for somebody just to give up their entire existence, but apparently it is. Right. There we go. Okay, right. Can I press... There we go. Okay, so I can use my injections to refill my health a little bit. Excellent. Maybe I should go and build up my health a bit rather than focusing entirely on ammo capacity, although I do seem to be running out of both. At least a bit. Okay, so that shut off the lasers down there. Seems like it's opened the door over here as well. Marvellous. Oh gosh, how many of you things do I have to deal with? As I say to every form that this accursed life of mine expects me to fill in. Oh gosh, this is going to be interesting. I'm also going to have to be careful, because I can only activate 2 of these at a time. And if I'm not careful... Ow, that is that. That's gonna happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay, right. So, what if I try opening that one and then that one and then that one? Yeah, that brings that back. But then if I come here and open that, it's too dangerous. But I could now open that. But that doesn't get rid of that. Okay, what if I try getting rid of that? Can I jump there? I'm gonna have to though, aren't I? Because there's no way I could get rid of both. So that's the only thing that could get rid of those lasers. Yeah, let me try this. Yep, that worked brilliantly. Excellent. Oh, I see. So I'm going to have to go back and shut those off in order to get at this. Oh, okay, so just being a little bit more careful with the lasers allows me another collectible. Oh gosh, me and my big... Why do I get the impression that little red spot there is your weak point? Lovely stuff. Excellent. Look for its weak point. Yes, I'd already worked that out. Artificial intelligence friend of mine, or potentially not friend of mine, if that knows anything to go by. So I do have to wonder why the corporation was not telling their employees the truth. Presumably there must have been some profit in it. Spooky. There must have been some profit in it to keep mining all of the... I'll go for health this time. I have that, another key card, excellent. There's a lot of geological analysis. Odd to do that in a server room. You think you'd do it in a dedicated lab, but never mind. Yeah, there must have been some profit in it for the corporation too. Oh gosh. Hi! I need to shoot you in your weak spot, because that's what's going to keep you away from me. Right, okay, just need to... That's it. Just need to make a little bit of distance on him. And then miss about 7 times in a row. So just dodge the tracking project. Are you kidding me? I don't think even in the 21st century we've invented missiles that track that well. Right, yeah, there must have been some profit in it for the corporation to lie to their employees, and I doubt it was just about getting a longer day's work out of them. Go to the mine to extract some for me. Okay. Primary mine, yes. Isn't this where we started, though? Or just after where we started, rather? Okay, there's another platform there that's going to fall. So just being careful and being quick. And not doing that. Brilliant job, Phil. Can I stand on these edge bits? Probably not. Get down. Please tell me they come back. Yes, they do. Okay, good. So I'm going to need to run. I'm going to time it so that I run forward, jump through a gap in the lasers, activate that thing, and land on it. What could possibly go wrong other than everything? What did I tell you? Never mind. It's also just struck me that I set up the lights wrong when I started this recording, so I've probably been looking pretty weird this whole time. Okay, I think I need to jump and then press Q, rather than pressing Q and then jumping, because it seems like pressing Q delays my jump for some bizarre reason. Okay, right, so jump, Q, excellent. The platform doesn't really need to be there until my feet are ready to land on it, but never mind that, and never mind the fact that I set the lights up wrong. I look weird enough as it is already. So a bit more health, lovely stuff. And see what we've got next. Okay, so I need to follow this one and then just slip in behind that one until we reach here. Well, that is good. I don't really think I need these collectibles, but I'm going to try and get them anyway for no particularly good reason. Oh, so this time I'm going to have to go in through the corner, aren't I, and slip in like that. Do it absolutely marvellously. Righty-ho. I can only presume we are approaching something vaguely resembling an ending. Maybe, maybe not. To be honest, I don't know what evidence I'm using to justify that hypothesis, but I'm going to try anyway. I want a primary mine authorized personnel only. Yeah, okay, so this is where I want to be. What I got to do with me. Okay, right, let's just wait for these to go and slip through. What do these do? Or does that shut those lasers off? Oh, right, then that'll make things a bit easier going back the other way. Let's just lift that up. There we are. Just get rid of them. Slow them down anyway until they glitch through the floor. Shoot that. Grab that thing. And just slip through. Nice and easy. Does it every time. Oh gosh, never mind about nice and easy. Everything's gone a bit wrong. Okay, right. Is that going to block you from getting through? It might do, but it doesn't block you from shooting, which is a bit of a pain in the yieldy backside. Don't mind if I could ever turn myself around. Excellent. Hang on. Why were those lasers appearing for like a millisecond? Am I going to die to that eventually? I don't know. Right. Let's refill a bit of health. And get sliced to pieces. No, we won't. Give me a moment. Right. Sorry about that. Slight technical difficulties. Slight brain difficulties as well. Can I open that? Which might give me a bit more time. Yeah, okay, now this becomes a safe spot. Okay, right, let's read this again. There were strange things in the system. I checked the oxidant energy usage to see if there was any intel on what's happening on Earth. And some of the station's power is being drained to nowhere. Really nowhere. There's nothing according to the main map of Hive. I even checked on the old map versions in case it leads to forgotten areas now under quarantine, but there's nothing. I think Ivy's starting to know I'm in her program. There's more and more cryptic information. I did a pretty good job of putting backdoors in so she couldn't trace it back to me, but it's starting to freak me out. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a bit of stuff over there, and I can probably just about reach it if I'm very, very careful. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. Is this the way I was supposed to go, or was I supposed to go a different way? This is the thing about games with areas for collectibles. I never know which type of area I'm in. Right, let's get on this thing. There's a bad guy somewhere, isn't there? Are they down there? Yes, they are. Right, let's get rid of a few of these as best we can. Good. That's the end of him. And the end of you. For being a space gun, this thing makes a surprisingly large amount of noise. You'd think it would have some sort of lasery noise, but never mind. Let's grab this. Over that. Thank you very much. And then we'll get up here. Can't see any more bad guys. It doesn't mean they're not there, though. Right, let's pick up some more of this stuff, whatever I need it for. Still not entirely convinced I understand what the Oxalith is used for, but... So this game proved to be a little bit longer than I was expecting, so I've decided to cut it into 2 parts, and the next part, of course, will be coming next week, so look forward to that. I've enjoyed the game so far, and I look forward to seeing what is going to come next, because I'm definitely not recording this at the end of the session. I'm trying to fit the persona of somebody that's only halfway through the game. The horses of my voice in some ways only halfway through the game either, but never mind. Thank you very much for joining me. See you guys, gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.